guys, James White here with Bull Market Stock Trades. Welcome to the first video of a new series I'm creating called Trade My Trades. I'm making these videos so that everyone understands why I choose my stocks and how you can profit from them as well. Each video I put out is going to be a different pattern that I play. There's 4 or 5 patterns that I use and that I alert to my subscribers every week. So I'm going to go ahead and start here with the first one. This is called the multiple bottom consolidation. Now, a frustrating thing about being a day trader or a swing trader is that when you tell people, yeah, I day trade or a swing trade, they want to know, oh yeah, well, give me a good stock I can trade. Tell me what you made some money on. They want to test you. They want to know if you can really do it, because most people can't. So if you tell them a stock like this, NADL, yeah, I made a fortune on NADL, they go home and they look this stock up, and you see it's just been plummeting. They think I'm crazy. They're gonna come back the next day when they see me, and they're gonna say, hey, I looked at that stock. It's a horrible stock. It's been nothing but going down for the past year. It's only worth $1.62. There's no way you can make money off that stock. I think I'll just stick with Apple. Apple's up to $115 a share, and I inherited a bunch of it from my parents, so I'm just going to stay with that. So I'm going to put this in a video so you can see how it works. If you say, as a day trader, swing trader, if you say, yeah, I made $1,000 last week, someone else says, oh yeah, my IRA made $1,000 also. It's not true. Okay, their IRA might have went up $1,000, but next week it might go down $1,000 to $2,000, or up another $1,000. When a day trader or swing trader says they made $1,000 last week, that's cold hard cash in their bank account. Okay, so let's get started. Let me show you how to do this. You see NADL here. NADL has been coming down. Some people try to catch these little bottom bounces, like right here's a bottom bounce. Here's a little bottom bounce. Here's a little bottom bounce. I've tried catching those before. I can't do it. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. But here's a much better way. If you find the first phase here is the plummet. This thing's going down, 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 down. It finally finds a bottom and starts consolidating, and this is where the multiple bottom is. You see the multiple bottom forming here. It comes up, goes down, comes up, goes down. Now the thing that makes this work, and you have to use trend lines physically, or if you can just visualize them, you have a resistance line. The stock keeps coming up to this line and testing it over and over and over. At the same time, you're making higher lows. So this was our lowest point here, and you can see how the bottom of the stock is climbing. You're making higher lows. Once this stock comes up and finally crosses this trend line, you get this spike. Alright, that spike, believe it or not, is where you make all your money. So I'm going to base all these trades off of a $1,000 investment. If you had invested $1,000 into this trade when it started breaking out, right here, NADL started breaking out at $1.79 and went all the way up to a high of $2.37. For a penny stock, that's huge. So for a $1,000 investment, that would have been a $324 profit for a 32% return in one day. Okay, the S&P 500 on average returns something like 12% a year. I'm talking 32% in one day off this tiny green bar. This is one day. This represents one day of trading. We'll go ahead and go into the next stock I have here. The next stock is ADGE. You can see the same thing. This stock has been going down for quite some time. It is a penny stock. It's actually less than a penny. Very cheap for stock this low of a price. You can buy a lot of shares for very little money. So we came down. We started getting the multiple bottom. We came up and broke trend line here at about 55 cents, and this thing has gone all the way up to now. Currently, it's sitting at 86 cents. Also, for a $1,000 investment, that's a $563 gain for a 56% return. Now, once these things break out, you can use the 13-day EMA. I've added the indicator, the 13-day exponential moving average, to kind of give you a guide of where it might come down and bounce off of and continue to go. So the idea is, hopefully after these things break out, they'll go into an uptrend that'll last weeks or months, and then we can also play that uptrend, which will be in another video. So we used the 13 EMA, and it came down to 13 EMA, and it's bounced back up again. Now that we have that first bounce off the 13 EMA, we don't need it anymore. We can draw our own trend line coming from here and right up the bottom of the stock. So that trend line that I just put in will now give us a base of where to play this stock. The stock will now come and go off this trend line. You can buy every time you hit the trend line, and sell every time the stock spikes up. Next stock. The next stock is SPPR. This multiple bottom actually formed over the course of 3 or 4 months, you can see here. But once it did finally cross our trend line, it had its resistance, and we were making higher lows here. Once it finally did cross, this one has absolutely skyrocketed. It went from a breaking point of about $1.91 and to a high of $3.70. Again, off a $1,000 investment, that's a $937 gain for 93% return. And that's if you bought on this break and sold on the high. I usually try to buy down in here, ride it up to here. If it doesn't break, I can sell at this line and take profits. If it does break, I'll ride it up and take profits wherever I feel comfortable. Next stock, we're here on SID. I'm not going to put trend lines in on this one. I just want you to kind of try to visualize it yourself. The stock was plummeting. It came down. It started finding a base and started forming the multiple bottom pattern here. So just kind of visualize, without putting a trend line in, your resistance line, your top line, would go across the top, and then the fact that this is making higher lows. So your line would come up. Right in here would be the crossing point. SID broke at about $2.18 and went to a high of $1.72, SID broke at $1.86 and went to a high of $2.18 for a $172 gain and a 17% return. The next stock is NYMX. I've been very successful with these kind of stocks, the ones that just take massive drops in one day. It's a huge gap down. It gaps down, and I wait for it to form a solid base. It did form a base and start climbing up, and it turned into a multiple bottom. Here, you can see the multiple bottom formed. NYMX broke out at about 88 cents, went up to $1.90 for a $607 return, 115% on that one. And again, we can enter the 13-day EMA to see where this might come down to and bounce back off, and we can start our uptrend. Also, the pattern has given us a trend line that we can put in. A trend has also formed. We can see the 13 EMA and the trend line form up to almost the same spot. So if this thing is going to bounce back up, it would be right in this area. We're looking for the bounce here. If it drops below this trend line, we're looking to get out. That would be our stop loss. Stop loss would go down here. Breaks the trend, you're out. If it goes up, you're in, you're making money. The next stock is RVM, but I'm running out of time on this video, so take this in, and when I put out the alerts, you can use this video so you know how to play them. It's not like these come around once in a blue moon. There's a half a dozen of these going on every single week. I can give them to you all day long. And I put, for now, I'm putting all these trades out for free. If you want them, just subscribe to my email list through my website, www.bullmarketstocktrades.com, or go on Facebook to my Facebook page, Bull Market Stock Trades. Inbox me your email address. I'll put you on my email list, and you'll get these trades every week. This is the first video of my series. Stand by, and I will keep giving you more of these patterns that I play each week. Thank you, and have a good day.